Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to the long dark Wintermute. So I think I've got everything set up. I think I spent a little bit of time making sure I had everything the way I wanted it. More or less. It's snowing pretty hard out here. I actually didn't realize that, and I'm kinda thinking before we go, it might be good to make some more coffee. I'm thinking that's a good idea, so let me do that really quick. We'll make some coffee to warm up, ward off fatigue, and against probably better judgment, we're going to go trek off into the snow during a snowstorm. Not a great idea, but I'll do anything. I'll do anything for the excitement. So, and the other thing is, we explored a lot of this map already. To be truthful, this map is not that big. Yeah, let's make some coffee real quick. I don't have enough water. Okay. Let's make a little bit of water, and we'll make some coffee. Truth be told, we've explored a lot of this map already. So what we're going to be doing today is more along the lines of just getting to the dam and then heading back and probably tangling with a bear somewhere along the way. I'm kind of feeling. Who knows, but could definitely happen. Let's see if I can make some tea with the remaining time. I'm not sure if I can. No, cannot make tea. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Alright. That'll help with fatigue and keeping me warm. Yeah, we're not getting too cold now. So that's good. So it's pretty hard to see now. Let's see. Ah, yeah, there's Old Tower. So we are right here at the forestry lookout. And there's the destroyed lookout. We're probably going to wander down this way. Maybe we'll go for the supply cache. I don't know. Is that dangerous? Probably. Most definitely. Most definitely dangerous. But as I've said before, this game is being rather generous with a lot of its supplies. There's more food than I really know what to do with. More of everything. Ignore the slight pain noises. It's not really pain sounds. Until he breaks his leg, then it is pain sounds. Highly not recommended way to get down a mountain, might I add. But it's much faster. Okay, so between the two of these, if I go this way and then take a left, well, that should be in the cleared wooded area, I think. So we might be going somewhere we've already been. Yeah, I think it's in the cleared wooded area. Because I think we're heading this way. And it's probably going to have flares or something boring. I know that already. But you don't know me if you think I'm not coming to get all the cool things. Ah, there it is. I was kind of getting to the point where it's like, is this really worth it? Soup, energy... kind of? Probably go and eat something. Maybe something heavy. Let's have some peanut butter. Oh, that was too much peanut butter, I think. Alright. It's kind of worth it, sort of. Anyway, let's run back over here. Normally in a survival situation, you of course would not want to run all your stamina down just trying to run around the map. I say that map like real life. But it's a good way to wear out your stamina real quickly if you're trying to run away from a wolf later. But I think we're okay. I haven't seen that many wolves in this area. And I mean, we are fairly adequately prepared to deal with them, assuming I manage to actually shoot them. I've got medical supplies to heal, we've got cloth to repair clothes. You know, I've got a flare gun to attempt to ward them off. I've been fairly unsuccessful over time. All sorts of stuff. Okay, so there is some more clear cut here, and another wolf. I would love to not run into that wolf, but there is, if I remember right, there's a little clearing right here that we kind of want to visit, which is pretty close to us, and we're probably just going to run this way to get around him. There's a clearing over there with some buildings where I could resupply as well and rebuild some heat. So we're going to go for that. Just doing some exploring today. On our way to the hydroelectric dam, which I feel like is very much going to have something dangerous at it. Very cold. I think you can just barely start to see him over there. Yeah, there's some buildings. These are a pretty decent spot to stop at. We've still got some time left in the day, though. I'd love to see if I could keep going. But this is a good spot to warm up and stay the night at. Just gotta be a little careful of wolves. They do have a habit of roaming around the area sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. Alright, this is the logging camp. There are 3 buildings, which we're gonna root through all of them. There's also a burned down building over here. Usually has some wood or some kind of low tier reward in it. Yeah. It does have a little wood stove, which is cool, because one annoying thing about all of these logging camp buildings is that they don't have any fireplaces or, you know, fire barrels or anything like that in them. Kind of annoying. But they've got tons of beds. They're usually pretty warm. And they usually have a decent amount of supplies in them. So I would say they're kind of like the, if you remember last time, the little huts. Not the fishing hut, but the, I don't know what you'd call it. The little, like, camping huts or whatever that were near the edge of the lake. It's kind of like them, but it's better, because it's bigger, I guess. There's also a lot more supplies, usually. One thing I found for a lot of these buildings that have a habit of having a lot of wolves around them is the second you go outside, you kind of want to just listen for a couple seconds. Listen if you start hear barking wolves.
I can use this.
And if you do, you just turn back around and prepare to take a nap. Because you're going to be stuck inside for a little bit if you don't want to deal with that wolf. And these are actually being kind of crappy right now. There's not that many supplies in here. I'm getting weighed down again. Logging camp trailer key. Okay, that's a new one. What are we at weight-wise? Bit of weight we have. Running's becoming more problematic. We are pretty close, though. I think we could make it. Like, we can still, you know, hobble slowly. I think we can make it. Once we get there, it might be dangerous, but we might be okay. It really depends on what they've decided to do with the single-player story when we get there. Definitely a bit risky, though. Alright, so anyway, as you notice, there's been a lot of clear-cutting in this area. Logging and such. We are almost at the end of that. And we're going to meet back up with the railroad track. And then at that point, we're really close. And clothes are getting a little wet, so I'm hoping when we get there, we don't have to deal with angry, mean things. Death, destruction, bears, perhaps. Angry people who live in the dam. That's the other thing I haven't really considered. There could be angry dam dwellers. Do I hear barking? I do. Angry dwellers who have taken up residence in the dam. Yeah, I got you, wolf! Oh, I got him real good, too. Look at him, he's hurting. He's carrying that flare with him. Scared the bejesus out of him. That's right, you keep running. Good shot. Good job, myself. I was kind of expecting a wolf here. There's almost always a wolf. Did he die? No, he's still running. There's almost always a wolf somewhere in that clearing right there, because it's a big four-way crossing, sort of. There's the way we came, there's a way over to the left, which there isn't much more of the map left over this way, but there is a little bit. And then this way, down the railroad track some more. I always felt like I said that funny, railroad track, like, you just kind of start jamming the word together. Railroad track, railroad road. Railroad. It's a road made out of rails for trains. So there it is. Now they actually did some nice stuff with this. Because this used to be kind of the end of the line for this map, but then, like I told you, they started making all the maps connect. And they made this area of the map actually pretty cool. It's a little scary. It's a little big, but it's pretty cool. And these... Okay, this looks different. This all looks pretty different. I don't remember there being a fence unless that's a new thing. And all these buildings are pretty new too, I'd have to say. It's good though. I like new. don't need to pick up the newsprint roll. I need to stop doing that. I've got too much as it is. Alright. I've got a distinct feeling that this is locked. It is. I've also got a feeling... Oh, is this like a truck that's modified to run on the rails? That's kind of cool. I've also got a distinct feeling that we need to go in one of these places and get the key, which we will momentarily. We're pretty close to our destination, obviously, now, so I wouldn't mind staying the night in one of these trailers. I do really like this music. It does feel really nice in this game. It does make me a little sad to see how people have felt about the game so far. Though, you know, then again, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And truth be told, you know, I guess some people really felt like the story mode experience was going to be so much bigger considering how long that they've been talking about it for. And I don't know if necessarily anyone would consider it bad as much as just, I guess, a little disappointing. Been waiting all this time, and then we get, well, in their minds, a substandard single-player experience. And I could see people being upset about that. Alright, that's what we need.
That'll come in handy.
I don't think I've talked about this yet. I saw, it's a Steam Workshop. I've noticed for a lot of these kind of games like this, it's got Steam Workshop support, but it's not really utilized in a way where like people are modding in, you know, different monsters or new weapons or anything like that. The Steam Workshop support seems to be fairly limited to stuff like translations, you know, other language translations, which admittedly I think is a pretty cool idea. It's a lot of work to translate a game, and it's kind of nice to see them open it up to the community, because then obviously from there and they can put in a lot less work, and there's still a very, more than likely, very good translation available for people who want to play the game in their own language, which is kind of cool. It always bummed me out, though. I was always kind of hoping that there would be new levels or, you know, the new weapons, new content, that kind of stuff. And I do not need to pick that up in a Steam Workshop for these kind of games. I know it's maybe it's like a hard to code kind of thing. To be perfectly honest, I don't know enough about how the game runs to know the difficulty of, you know, making mods, Steam Workshop add-ons, that kind of stuff. But back to the topic in hand. Somebody made the Long Dark American translation, you know, spelled stereotypically Mmerica or something like that. I probably spelled that wrong, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Anyway, they spelled it like that, and their goal for the translation was to take things that I guess the best way I could say are Canadian. Like Canadian sayings or Canadian way of saying things. Or, you know, just not American ways of saying things, for lack of a better explanation. And trying to make them a bit more American. Like, there's that one hat. I think I'm wearing it right now. It's... They actually give an explanation on how to say this. Toque. That they just changed to, like, cap, or I think they changed it to beanie. They also changed, like a banged up as a modifier for, you know, this is, like, damaged, so they call it banged up. They changed it to like dented. This is like, in the comments for that were, this is the stupidest workshop integration I've ever seen. But I thought it was funny. Anyway, we're getting kind of later in the day. I'm a little bit worried about what's going to happen when I go in that dam. And I don't want to be too overweight. And I don't want it to be too late in the day in case I do need to leave or something. I mean, in-game time, not IRL time. So I'm gonna pass the night and we're gonna go in there on a full day. Just in case anything bad happens. It'll increase visibility in there too, because if I remember right, it's kind of dark. So I'm gonna spend the rest of the day working on clothes and sleeping, and we'll be back in a bit. Alright, so this is kind of cool. I just kind of stumbled across this while looking through inventory stuff. You can see in your journal people here and their like trust and current needs, which is actually kind of cool. And I guess it tells you what you get. Oh, I do want deerskin pants. So maybe I should have spent longer with Grey Mother and unlocked more trust with her. Because this is some good stuff, and admittedly, I could get a lot of cloth to him. I get a lot of sticks. Rabbit pelts would take longer, but, you know, if I felt like doing a little bit of grinding, I could. For more world building and more cool stuff, I think it would be kind of neat. So that's kind of cool. And I have my own notes section. So if I feel like it, I can, I guess, take notes. Interesting.